We bring you tonight into both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Austin Rivers is out there with Harrison. Then it's Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Gordon in at the 4 spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Giles is out there with Nurkic, and it's Covington in at the small forward position.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
Now here's Porter. Shot clock at 5. A putback. Jokic on the follow.
Well, Jokic is big, Jokic is long, and he does a great job there of corralling that ball and taking advantage of his length.
Lillard scanning the floor from deep three-point range. Rebound by the Nuggets. And Jokic likes physical play. Trent, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see.
Count that one.
Respecting how Jokic can shoot the basketball as a big man, knows exactly where to pull up from.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Now, here's Jokic. Harrison kicks to Gordon. Back to Harrison. Rivers passes to Porter. That one's not going to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. It's McCollum with the drive. And the shot goes in.
Well, he's just so good as C.J. McCollum at when to put the ball down on the floor and penetrate to the inside.
Here's Harrison. Outside Gordon. And the pass to Rivers. To the middle. Intercepted. It's McCollum on the wing. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Now Rivers. Lob pass to Gordon. Makes it off the glass. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific play.
3 terrific kids. You're right. Lillard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got his second basket.
Well, sometimes you got to take a picture and understand what the defense is giving up, and Lillard took advantage there.
Harrison scanning the floor. Here's Gordon. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Lillard. Cranes the three-pointer. Lillard's got 7.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Outside Gordon. Back to Rivers. Nurkic against Jokic. Just 5 on the clock.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Powell with it. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. 4 on the clock. From outside, off the mark. Millsap passes to Morris. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. There's Hollis Jefferson. Green with the block. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 1. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked.
I know that when the main guy.
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here is McGee. Green dishes to McGee. 6 to shoot. Back to Green. From deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for McCollum, and Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here is Morris. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Kanter pulls it down. And now Portland on the break. Passes to Carmelo. He dishes it to Powell. Fires for 3. Good on the triple. Powell's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Millsap finds Green. Morris outside. Pass to Bull. To end the run. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bull. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
Powell against Morris. Anthony. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. The Nuggets trail by 4. He kicks the ball. Anthony against Millsap. Morris outside. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Cantor. And that comes off the assist by Jones. And the Trailblazers lead by 6. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Millsap inside, covered by Hollis Jefferson. Millsap misses, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington's checked in for Hollis Jefferson, and Fernie Simons comes in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Norman Powell. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. Aaron Gordon comes in for Bull. Porter's checked in for Green, and it's Rivers in for Monte Morris.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard outside. From the arc, and the 3 ball is good. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Rivers gets to Millsap. Back to Rivers. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Yep, it counts. Millsap's got his first points of the game.
Millsap anticipating the pass there and set himself up for the shot.
52 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Lillard against Rivers. Lillard the pass to Cantor. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Now here's Rivers. Down low. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
A different look now for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Harry Giles comes in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Fernie Simons. Harrison's checked in for the Nuggets. 27 seconds left here in the second. Outside Porter. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Lillard outside. 1 second left. He takes it up and lays it in. Lillard's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so it's Portland going into the break with a 10-point lead. Their shooting is... Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 15 points and 1 assist.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, Harrison out there with Monte Morris. Then it's Aaron Gordon. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle.
The playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense, Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
Powell for three. He's off on that one.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
For the Nuggets, Paul Millsap's checked in for Porter, and it's Rivers in for Morris. Rivers surveying the D. Millsap passes to Harrison. Outside Millsap. Back to Harrison. Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. A three-pointer, no good. The Nuggets trail by 8. Here we go with Gordon. Nobody back.
Good decision-making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific feat.
Here is Lillard. He's got 15. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Six on the shot clock. From deep. Portland no good that time either.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Harrison. Lillard dishes to McCollum. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Here's Lillard. Portland again missing.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And it's in there. And now just a 2-point Portland lead.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Here's McCollum. The pass to Giant. And here we go again. The Nuggets on the break. Left side, Gordon. Pass to Millsap. For the tie. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound. And the call up against Jokic. That's foul number 2 for him. Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Denver making a switch here. Pass to Simons. Inside, Giles. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Pass to Gordon. Green passes to Gordon. .144 left to play here in the third. Stolen by McGee. It's Rivers on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. A different look for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Jermichael Green. Porter comes in for Aaron Gordon. And Monte Morris subbed in for Austin Rivers. 6 feet out. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Bol.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Powell. And it's good, 2 points. Powell's got 5 points so far.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
The pass to Porter. Lots of room. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Hollis Jefferson passes to Anthony. A three-pointer off the mark. The Nuggets trail by 4. Morris kicks to Porter. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. He had a nice open look right there. Porter's got his second basket of the game.
And Porter with good focus just to find some room in the mid-range.
Here's Powell. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. They've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
Morris against Lillard. Over Morris. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Bull. Morris dishes to Green. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Lillard. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. There's Hollis Jefferson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Harrison kicks to Porter. Outside Gordon. Back to Porter. Count the basket.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Powell, the pass to Jones. Back to Powell. Kicks it out to Jones. 5 on the clock. He lobs it up. Not going to go that time.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
He nails it, and we're tied up.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And it's Denver with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. To the paint, here's Jokic. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Lillard right side. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo.
Here's Harrison out to the right wing. Rivers passes to Harrison. Here's Jokic. And no good that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, fearlessness by McCollum there, willing to take those big shots in the game's biggest moments.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Back to Rivers. To the middle. Tries from 10. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. There's Harrison. He is guarded by McCollum. Now, Jokic. Harrison passes to Jokic. 6 to shoot. To the inside. Gordon. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. 10 points for Aaron Gordon.
Boy, they needed that one. And Gordon delivered. His productive habits really paying off there.
Lillard attacking outside Covington. It falls!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Outside Gordon. Inside. And contact. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Oh, wow, unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he does not lack for confidence, does Austin Rivers. He plays with a huge chip on his shoulder.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he does get the second one. And that narrows the lead down to just 3. Lillard with it from downtown. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up. Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that could be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Doncic. Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Giles. And it's Covington in at the 3 slot.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
Powell finds Richardson. A pass to Porzingis. Now here's Powell. Dallas moving it around. There's the lob to the hoop.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Lillard with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Doncic looking it over. Pass to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. From outside the arc. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Hardaway's checked in for Dallas. Lillard against Doncic. Lillard attacking. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now, here's Doncic. The rebound by Giles.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Such a wide open look.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Doncic against McCollum. They need this, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Portland leading by 5. Shoots off the step back. Covington wide open. He fires. Off target from outside. The Mavericks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Jared Jones in for Robert Covington. Now, the superstar players always get the headlines, but you need more great role players, it seems, as you look at the history of champions, to win. So that being said, Greg, what kind of role players do you look for?
You know, Kevin, it starts on your best player, and I think you go from there. Obviously, in today's game, spot-up shooting is critically important. And then you got to factor in versatility. You need guys that can guard multiple positions, that give you some rim protection, but obviously that can also shoot the basketball. And I think it's critical having that instant offense guy coming off the bench as well to when your team's in a bit of a funk, somebody you can trust to kind of light a fire.
Good point. Here's Cauley Stein after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Trying to get something going. Anthony with the block.
Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, put it in Powell's vicinity, and he will finish with authority. That's nice.
54 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Count it, good.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Redick against Powell. Over Redick. And Portland again with the bucket.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Brunson, good.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Bobs it up for Cantor. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Hardaway finds Cauley Stein. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 9. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slots. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Marjanovic in at the center.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Here's Porzingis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Porzingis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Anthony. Robert Covington's checked in for Jones. And McCollum subbed in for Norman Powell. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket for Marjanovic.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Here's Nurkic, and the shot is good.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Brunson kicks to Cauley Stein, and there's a foul. He's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Giles. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. Brunson, good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. Now Powell. Tries again. Out to Anthony. Three-pointer. Knocks down the three ball. Anthony's got 5.
Well, if you let Melo get his feet set, turn the lights off.
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Outside, Porzingis throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Marjanovic. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Doncic finds Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. They grab their own miss. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
D.A., thank you. Down low. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. .119 left now here in the second. Doncic against McCollum. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. And the Mavericks making a change here. Marjanovic is checked in. 1:04 left in the first half. Now, here's Doncic. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The feed to Richardson. Passes it to Marjanovic. Here's Finney-Smith. Clock at 4.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Pass to McCollum. Covington kicks to Lillard. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Looking to end the run, and Doncic lays it in.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
There's the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Jacks up a three. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to, and no doubt that C.J. McCollum's a great player all the time. But Shaq, he has. And that does it for our.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys are truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Giles is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Giles.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like...
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Giles, the pass to Covington. Portland again missing.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
A pass to Porzingis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Just leave it at the rim and let the big man do the rest. KP with the nice finish.
Kicks it out to McCollum. Doncic with the steal. One-on-one here. And the wide-open shot from Redick. No good from outside. Trailblazers leading by 10. Porzingis with the block. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And he lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Nurkic in the post, guarded by Porzingis. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Redick. Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got 12 points in the game.
Well, tracking down rebounds with ease. Kristaps Porzingis, outstanding mobility.
Lillard looking around. He gets it in there.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Here's Simons, and the shot goes in. He has 7.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Pass to Simons. Feeds to Carmelo. It's rebounded by Dallas. It's intercepted. Simons surveying the D. Powell against Richardson. Powell kicks to Anthony. Just 5 to shoot. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
You know, you can tell the three-point shot is something that Melo has developed over his course of time in the league.
Cauley Stein passes to Richardson. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Passes it to Marjanovic. Stolen by Cantor. Now it's Anthony running. He can go all the way. Powell, no one around him. No good. And so it's Portland looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. Back to the action after this word. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Burke is out there with Josh Richardson. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. Here's Doncic. Sinks that one from the post.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Lillard, right side. Pass to Cantor. Back to Lillard. Lobs it up for Cantor. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Boy, Cantor is a big-time target. Sometimes just throw it toward the rim. He'll take care of the rest.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. And the Mavericks call time here. Jefferson's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Anthony Simons. Dallas also making some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Marjanovic. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, we are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots. Kevin?
Lillard against Brunson. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's foul number 2 for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Throws it up high. Great communication on the alley-oop.
And great ball movement from CJ. That's the unselfish play you want from your guards.
They swipe it. Lobs it up for Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Brunson against Powell. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Some of that is about the chemistry that Rondé Hollis Jefferson has with his teammates, right? It's infectious when you share the basketball.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And that's an intentional foul. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Powell. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. There's the lob to the hoop, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
You just throw it up there. Trill Will's going to take care of the rest.
Trailblazers leading by 16. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Cantor against Porzingis. McCollum passes to Hollis Jefferson. Just 4 to shoot. Over Hardaway. Porzingis with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A different look now for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for Norman Powell. Doncic right side. And that one drops.
There's a savviness innate to Luka Doncic. He has played this game for such a long time. Pick and roll, yeah, that's in my bag.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Doncic with the steal. Outside Hardaway. Doncic outside. Back to Hardaway. It's deflected, and they get it back. Hacked and still knocked it down. Nice composure. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. And that one falls for Cauley Stein.
And what I like about Cauley Stein is just how hard he plays. Really, both ends, a scrappy player.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Outside, Covington. He kicks to Lillard. Shoots over Doncic. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point. Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end. But right now, the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage. Skilled at drawing contact.
And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
McCollum against Doncic. Up again. Powell, the pass to Porzingis. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Another 3 for Dallas.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
McCollum finds Nurkic. Shoots over Powell, and Nurkic the bucket on the assist by McCollum.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
And Doncic gets it to go.
You cannot.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. They've got Batum. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 slot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Covington in at the small forward position. So it's the Clippers now. Now Beverly. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
Lillard with the bucket.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Passes it to Oturu. About a minute played so far here in the first. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And here are the Trailblazers. Lillard looking around. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Outside Covington. 5 to shoot. Here's McCollum. 3-pointer. A shot off that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And you look at Robert Covington, first-team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Here's Oturu. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Here's Beverly. Following the score by Damian Lillard. Beverly against Lillard. Lillard with the rebound. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got 5 points so far.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Here's Zubac. Outside Leonard. A second chance effort.
Mistake by...
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And yes, it's good.
This is what you want to do on the offensive end. Get Kawhi looks in the paint. Rely on him to make a play.
Lillard outside. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
1:09 left to play here in the first. Beverly dishes to Leonard. A shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's McCollum. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Covington against Leonard. Pass to Oturu. Rebound by Nurkic. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here's McCollum for 3. Connects from three-point range. McCollum's got 10 points.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive. Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
Now the pass to Lillard. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
And Cantor pulls it down. C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Here in the 5, the Clippers have to start this. Oh, what a play! Clippers trail by 13. Right side, George. Dishes it to Cousins. Outside for George. Cousins trying to free himself up. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Stolen by McCollum. The dish to Cantor. Back to McCollum. Puts up a 3. Paul George grabs the miss. And stolen by Patterson. Morris finds Cousins. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here's McCollum. He's got 10. Takes a 3. Portland again missing.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside Anthony. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by George. Clippers trail by 15. Floats it up for Cousins. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
I loved him being aggressive right there. DeMarcus is a big target at the rim.
Simons surveying the D. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Off the left rim and out. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
Good luck containing Paul George on the drive. He's one of the more fluid wings in the league.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Powell's checked in. Here's Simons. There's the three. Drops in the tray. Simons has got 5 points so far.
Not just a knockdown shooter, he does a great job of finding space for his shot.
And George, here we go. Can't hit from in close.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Kennard, the pass to Mann. It's George on the wing, guarded by Powell. George, no good.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Steps back and fires. Powell, that's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed. The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
There's 25 seconds left in the first half. Shot clock at 5. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Here's Kennard. Knocked away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
This one for 3. A nice shot by Simons. He's got 8. Morris inside. That one drops for him.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A tremendous start for C.J. McCollum. He had 10 points and 1 steal. And that...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Clippers trail by 17, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot, manning the middle. Here's Lillard. The Clippers getting the bucket. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Nice move. Shot clock at 6. And Nurkic gets it to go. Nurkic has got his second bucket.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. McCollum kicks to Lillard. From past the arc. Here's Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. No good on the 3. Clippers trail by 17. Oh, Leonard in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Passes to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
The Clippers shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Outside, George. Out to Morris. George with the ball. Alice Jefferson's there. And here's McCollum for 3. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well versed in finishing above the rim.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 7. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good on the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Down the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's Simons. A three-pointer is right on target. Simons has got 11 points.
Poor defense there. That's his bread and butter. You have to crowd him out on the perimeter.
Here's George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard dishes to Cantor. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist from Enes Kanter.
Major props to Lillard there. Terrific focus to get hit on that shot and still deliver.
George passes to Cousins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Enes Kanter. The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Now, here's Nurkic. That's a 2 from Lillard. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. George looking over the floor. 51 seconds left to play in the third. Portland leading by 15. Lillard with it. He's got 9. Outside Covington. Oh, McCollum in position. Hollis Jefferson finds Lillard. Launches it. Hollis Jefferson. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jackson. Can't connect from short range. Trailblazers shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the third quarter. Outside for George. And good that time. 16 points for Paul George.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
The shot, no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit. Will make it tough to come back. Trailblazers lead. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Patrick Beverly Marcus Morris is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Leonard in at the 3.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Here's Beverly. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Three-pointer, Lillard. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Here's Leonard, and that one is good.
You know he's pulling his weight, but they still find themselves behind.
60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Beverly against Lillard. Outside, Jones. Clock at 6. Hollis Jefferson kicks to Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. Offline with his 3.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard. Lillard against Beverly. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Hollis Jefferson. Powell, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. They get it again. Here's Cantor. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the Claw.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Trailblazers leading by 11. Powell, no one around him. A putback, it's good on the putback.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Simons, the pass to Jones. To the middle, stolen by Zubac. Here's Leonard, and with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. And 12 points for Leonard.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
There's a minute 47 left in the 4th quarter. Now Powell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lobs it up for Cantor. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Here's Simons. Pass to Cantor. From the line. Yes, that goes in.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
Here's Leonard. Here's Zubac. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. There's 39 seconds left in the game. Kicks it to Powell. Inside, trying to find Cantor. Gets it to him. Shoots over Zubac. And the jumper from down low is good. And the Trailblazers lead by 9. Leonard on the wing. High arcing shot, and he lays it up and in.
You wonder why Leonard hits for such a high percentage. Shots like that little floater, right there.
Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. Here's Simons. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job. Will not be in the lineup.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Giles is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for the Nuggets, Gordon out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Harrison in at the 1. Gets it to go. That one good from Giles. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Here's Covington, and he banks in the layup.
Covington is just so quick, leaving the defense well behind him, actually in the dust, as he gets down the court.
Pass to Gordon. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's Harrison. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball. And he's good on the 3-ball. Covington's got 5.
The three-point stroke of Robert Covington is really a thing of beauty. You can't let him get loose from the outside. He's dangerous.
Now, here's Jokic. And it's off the back rim. No good.
3 misses to start the game. Still trying to break the seal on that hoop.
Giles, the pass to McCollum. For 3. Jokic grabs the miss. Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Now Lillard following Nurkic's 3-point attempt.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Now here is McGee. And the call on, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Paul Millsap's checked in for Jokic. Austin Rivers comes in for Michael Porter. And Monte Morris subbed in for Harrison.
You know, even when the defense is a little handsy, Gordon is a pro at completing these drives.
Here's Simons following the score by Aaron Gordon. Portland shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. First one falls for Bol. He's checked in for Denver. Green comes in for Aaron Gordon. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Hollis Jefferson comes in for McCollum. Rivers finds Morris. Back to Rivers. Passes it to Bol. Nurkic with the steal. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And Anthony gets it to go. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Portland.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And Portland with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Well, you talk about defensive potential, all defense potential. Look no further than Rondé Hollis Jefferson.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Michael Porter comes in for Green. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Nuggets trail by 11. And here is Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Porter. The offensive rebound. Jokic, no good.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Lobs it up for Kanter. Knocked loose. Porter with the steal. Rivers against Powell. And Rivers with the basket on the assist from Porter.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Powell for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers lead by 9. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers, guys, what do you think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Nuggets, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Monte Morris is out there with Austin Rivers, and it's Green in at the 3, the small forward. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Trailblazers. Norman Powell comes in for Damian Lillard. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
The shot by Powell, no good. The Nuggets trail by 4. Rivers kicks to Jokic. We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Rebounded by Anthony.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
Powell, that's good.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. The pass to Green. Back to Morris. Denver passing it around. 4 on the clock. Rivers passes to Jokic. Fader on the way. Goes up again. Out to Morris. The dish to Rivers with 1 on the clock. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Jokic.
This is a big guy, a mountain of a man. I mean, Jokic is a sturdy, thick 250 pounds. It's going to take a bigger bump to disrupt his shot than that one.
Powell, the pass to Cannon. Back to Powell. Poked away, stolen by Rivers. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. JaVale McGee's checked in for Jokic. Gordon comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Monte Morris. That one goes. Count it.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here's Lillard. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Takes it out to Covington. And a miss there on the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And although he's 6'9", Gordon runs and sprints like a much smaller man. He's got gazelle-like form and speed in transition.
Here's Lillard. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Harrison scanning the floor. Green left side. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. Second shot opportunity. McGee gets hauled in by the Trailblazers. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Bol, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Millsap comes in for JaMychal Green, and Porter subbed in for Rivers. And Jones sends it back. Now here's Powell. D right on him. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Porter. Still looking for his first bucket in this one.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
He gets that one. Now it's a 6-point Portland lead.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
The towering presence that is Ball. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Trailblazers out in front, up by 4. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Portland was looking great right away. They had intensity in their eyes and fire in their bellies as they started things out on a 7-0 run. That's all for now.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Well, you got to like what Aaron Gordon has done in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Giles, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Lillard outside. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Takes it out to Covington. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Jokic. And that one drops for him. Jokic has got the lead up to 1 now for the Nuggets.
Boy, the mobility of Jokic, very impressive. This guy gets to the basket well for a big man.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Takes the 3. Porter pulls it in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebound advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
I mean, call him a combo guard to whatever. McCollum is a scorer first and foremost, and when he puts it on the deck, young fella is going to the hoop.
Harrison passes to Jokic. McGee trying to break free. Jokic, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Cole Millsap is checked in for Denver. Now Lillard. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Millsap with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 5 now.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
And a wide open look for McCollum. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Millsap. He feeds it to Gordon. Now, here's Jokic. He has 7. Goes back up. And he nails the jumper. And now a 3-point Denver lead.
Boy, Jokic is such a terrific decision maker. He's brilliant in his skill level, but he also has great vision as a passer.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Boy, you have to respect the quickness of Lillard now because he's excellent at using his hands to complement those quick feet to come up with steals.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. And stolen by Lillard. And an intentional foul right there. Big group substitution here for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Jokic. JaMychal Green comes in for Gordon. Rivers, he's checked in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Harrison. And Portland with a change here too. Simons, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. Here's McCollum. Pass to Simons. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Nuggets. Rivers dishes to Millsap. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for Harry Giles. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. Morris with the bucket.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Powell against Morris. From deep three-point range, up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 6 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Millsap passes to Bull. Nurkic with the block. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Jones. And it's Jones finishing it off.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And he's good on the second. 9 seconds left here in the third quarter. Rivers dishes to Green. Got it off in time. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers out in front as they wrap up the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Here's McCollum. Green is out there with Harrison. And there's Gordon. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's McGee in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Back to McCollum. Misses off the left iron.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Gordon, the pass to McGee. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. McCollum, no good. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Hollis-Jefferson's checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. Here's Harrison. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Jones against Gordon. Now here is McGee. Not a lot of room. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Jokic with it. Shoots over Nurkic. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Jokic.
Jokic fully capable of knocking down the mid-range jumper. Tremendous confidence from here. You got to D him up better than that.
Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Blazers?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Oh, perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Not only perfect execution, how about perfect timing, too?
And that's an intentional foul. And the Nuggets with some changes. Bowl, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Millsap comes in for Green, and Porter subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. McCollum kicks to Covington. Lillard outside. 5 to shoot. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Porter against Lillard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Now off the inbound. Jokic trying to free himself up. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Fantastic execution in a tight spot. Gordon capitalizing in the big moment for his team.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're in front by 3. 1:58 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Yusuf Nurkic.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. This was a close game, as you know, but he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move. Right now. Kevin?
Jokic passes to Bull. Tries it from the top of the key, and Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Paul Millsap with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Porter. And Kanter pulls it down. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Porter against Lillard. Launches a 3. He can't get it to go. And it's Denver the other way. And now Jokic pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Boy, he is an all-star level talent for sure. Jokic, a safe bet in the clutch.
We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Jones finds McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Yes!
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Porter, no luck. Lillard outside. Pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Lillard from outside. Misses there. And so it's Portland winning this one. A narrow ball ride, David. Thank you. And that about wraps it up for
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
A stunning view of the moon. And no
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Giles, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 roaming the paint. And for Dallas, they've got Richardson. Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Doncic in at the point.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Lillard against Doncic. 5 on the clock. Out to the right wing. Fires the 3. Lillard misses. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Powell, that's good.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Doncic against Lillard. Pass to McCollum. Now Covington. Back to McCollum. The shot missing. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Doncic with it. Now Covington defending. Hardaway, no good. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Great open look there.
You give CJ that kind of shot, and he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long.
Doncic with it. Richardson outside. Out to Hardaway. Back to Richardson. Doncic feeling it out. It's good. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Now, here's Redick. Now, Brunson. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Jones finds Anthony to the inside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Brunson the pass to Redick. Back to Brunson. To the paint. Stolen by McCollum. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And Portland again with the bucket.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Now here's Brunson. No points in the game yet for him. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And Lillard throws it down.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard's showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
Brunson the pass to Kleba.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Damian Lillard.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. On the wing, Doncic. And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Here's Doncic. Chalk up 2 there. Doncic has got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And that concludes. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Josh Richardson out there with Trey Burke. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Cauley Stein. And it's Powell in at the power forward. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. It's stolen by Anthony. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Jones slams it in.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Doncic against McCollum. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now here's Anthony. Down low. Powell with the steal. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Giles comes in for Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Jones. Here's Brunson. Marjanovic. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's McCollum. And the rejection by Marjanovic. So Portland ends up going with the new group. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Jones. It's rebounded by Dallas.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And Cleveland slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Powell inside. Brunson covering. They get it back. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The former Turkish star and 3rd overall pick in the 2011 draft, Kanter is still trying to become a dominant force at the NBA level.
And Kanter drops them both. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Brunson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Marjanovic. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw this game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Now here's Powell. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Finney-Smith. Redick for 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And the basket by Jones.
Boy, shot out of a cannon on that possession. Good look up court.
And here's Brunson. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
To the middle. And Portland with another turnover here.
Man, if you're going to grab it, grab that thing. He just lazily reaches out for that, and the result is it's deflected right off of his hand.
A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson, and Fernie Simons comes in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Powell. Hardaway dishes to Doncic. And he overshot that one, missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norkic checked in for Kanter. Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Fernie Simons.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Doncic against Lillard. Pass to Norkic. Back to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Portland moving the ball around. McCollum. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
Well, sometimes CJ just with movement alone finds himself in the right spot, and this time picks up a couple of garbage points.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Lillard attacking McCollum. And there's the pass to Giles. Lillard scanning the floor. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Trey Burke comes in for Luka Doncic. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Lillard outside. The putback planks the putback jam. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Maybe the length coming into play this time for Cauley Stein is he's up and over the top of everyone.
The putback, and that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Mavericks ahead. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. And the Mavericks over the past couple of years, Shaq, making some great personnel.
Look, they traded up to get...
And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and through the first two quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Giles, and it's Covington in at the three. Lillard again missing.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one then. Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. McCollum against Richardson. McCollum deciding where to go with it. He feeds it to Lillard. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Lillard's got 9.
Well, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. 6 on the shot clock. Bucket is good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Giles. Off target from three-point range.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
And really, Doncic can score from any area. His arsenal is very impressive.
Lillard against Doncic. And a wide open look for McCollum. And it falls over the rim and in. He's got 6.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For the Trailblazers. Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. Back to Brunson. Redick with the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Jones. He lobs it up. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
And the offense has just operated really smoothly here in the open floor.
They've done very, very well in transition. The problems have come in other areas, which is why they're trailing.
Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 7 now for Dallas.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Here's Powell. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Kleba with the rebound. And it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Dallas leading by 7. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Outside, Redick, stolen by Cantor.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball. And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Brunson with it. Passes it to Marjanovic. From deep. No good from Finney Smith.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Brunson, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Now, Hollis Jefferson. He has 6. Anthony, the pass to Powell. Shoots over Redick. With the second effort, out to Anthony. Pass to Canner. Just 5 on the clock. And Anthony gets double teamed. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Now here's Brunson. To the left wing. Here's Finney Smith. Dallas, no good that time either. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Mavericks lead by. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes, and what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Mavericks, Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Hardaway in at the 3, the small forward. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play at 3. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
One thing about Lillard is he can go with either hand when he's attacking the rim, and that makes it very difficult to defend.
Doncic against McCollum. Right side, Porzingis. They get a hand on it. McCollum against Doncic. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Lillard fires away from way outside. And it's Lillard again missing. Mavericks leading by 6. Hardaway finds Porzingis. He's looking for Hardaway and finds him. The shot's good.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man and more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. three-pointer, Lillard.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And Doncic, here we go. Cauley Stein kicks to Doncic. 6 to shoot. The pass to Porzingis, stolen by Cantor. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Covington with the ball. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, fearlessness by McCollum there, willing to take those big shots in the game's biggest moments.
Here's Doncic. Inside, Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Lillard outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Dallas moving it around. Here's Porzingis. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Covington. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Now it'd be so hard to stop a drive by Porzingis. How are you going to get to where it is the ball's going to get?
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Mavericks have gotten it done so far from the field here in the 4th, going 6 for 7. Doncic outside. Wide open. And right through it goes. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
2 points here might be all the cushion they need.
You would think so. This game is theirs for the taking.
Doncic passes to Redick. Back to Doncic. To the inside. Drops in the layup for 2. Doncic has got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over. And just a perfectly designed play. Anytime you can get a dunk on the inbounds, you know the X's and O's were in the right spot.
The shot by Redick, no good. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And it's Lillard again missing. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's just about game time. The Blazers never looked more and as
Well, guys,
you certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Hollis Jefferson, and it's Covington in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, they've got Ivica Zubac, Patrick Beverley out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. Zubac no good. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. McCollum with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Lillard from outside. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Now here's Leonard. All alone. And it goes down 2 points.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Pass to Nurkic. Dishes it to Covington. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. And the layup's good off the glass.
What strength from Lillard. Just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. But oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Cans it from downtown.
Some coaches might not like taking the 3 on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
Beverly finds Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Zubac, the pass to Beverly. Here's Leonard. Nurkic with the block. And again, Portland running the court in transition. And the basket by McCollum.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Now, here's Beverly. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Here's Oturu. Zubac trying to break loose. And again, no good by the Clippers. And a wide open look for McCollum. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And it's Lillard missing. Clippers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Leonard inside. Covington's there. Over in the corner, Beverly. And Lillard is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
And there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Now here's Jones. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Here's Simons. Shot clock at 6. Batum grabs the miss.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And Leonard gets it to go.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Now McCollum, he has 5. Jones the pass to Simons. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers trail by 7. Floats it up for Cousins. The shot comes out.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Here's Leonard following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Comes up empty down low.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Shoots. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Cuts off the pass. Here's McCollum. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. McCollum's got 9.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Trailblazers have really been rolling, haven't they?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Paul George. And it's Rondo in at the point. Now Morris. Paul George missing from long range. Outside Rondo.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Another shot. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead has got down to 9 in the bucket from Rondo.
And the strength of Rondo finishing through contact.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo.
And they've got to keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of it.
Rondo kicks to George. That one goes in.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Lobs it up for Cantor, and stolen by Cousins. George with no one around. It's good from long range. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
You need guys who can stretch the floor or the offense doesn't flow. Paul George is one of the best at it.
Passes it to Pop. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. George passes to Morris. George looking around. Clock at 6. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Outside, George. Got it. Good job in the low post. George has got 7 points.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. A nice shot by Simons. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Outside, George misses the three.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Clippers trail by 10. Zubac's with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Lillard misses.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's George. Zubac trying to break loose. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Beverly against Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Stolen by McCollum. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Now here is George. He's got 9. Lays it up and banks it in. George has got 11 points in the quarter.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is a tremendous start for C.J. McCollum. He had 9 points and 1 steal. And that'll do.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. And here are the Trailblazers now after the Clippers pick up 2. Lillard the pass to Covington, and he makes good on his first shot of the game. And the Trailblazers lead by 8. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Now, here's Nurkic. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
Portland shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Now here's Jackson. And the layup falls. Jackson's got his first basket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
Second chance shot. Outside Covington. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now the pass to Lillard. Over Jackson. Tips it up. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Now, here's Covington. After the miss from Reggie Jackson. McCollum against Kennard. Kicks it out to Lillard from deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Jackson. Nurkic with the block. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. No good on the 3. The Clippers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Leonard inside, defended by Covington, and that one's good. Leonard.
One of the more physical wings in the league. Kawhi gets smacked there, but not to be denied.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. A three-pointer, no good.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Down low, Hollis Jefferson finds Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Portland again missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Jackson with the bounce pass. Here's Oturu. Good on the bucket.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Jackson against Lillard. Kicks it to Nurkic. Lillard against Jackson. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Nurkic.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. McCollum outside. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 13.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Leonard kicks to Kennard. His three-pointer's off the mark. Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
That will count. No good that time. And so it's Portland holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
At his position, traditionally, his job is to shoot the basketball. Give him credit for keeping his eyes up and just taking what the defense allows.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Batum is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Norman Powell's checked in for the Trailblazers. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Those are the kinds of plays that win games. Really savvy D, and give him credit for looking to go straight up the court with him.
Now here's Beverley. That one, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Pass to Canner. Over Beverley. Cantor's shot is off. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 10. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
And Portland has possession. They've led by as many as 11 points. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 5. 9 feet out. Cantor inside. Morris is there. Portland moving the ball around. Powell for 3. Offensive rebound. Clippers trail by 8. Beverley the pass to Batum. It's stolen by Anthony. Powell, that's good.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
That was great anticipation on the steal. A gamble that paid off.
Rondo kicks to Morris. The 3. The shot will not fall. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Rondo. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a switch here. George is checked in. Portland also making some changes. Collin comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony Simons. Lillard finds Cantor. Fires from deep. Portland again missing. The Clippers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. To the middle. It's stolen by Jones. Outside Anthony. Back to Jones. It's McCollum on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's the 3. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
That free throw good from George.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Jones. Offensive rebound. Hollis Jefferson kicks to McCollum. Batum with the steal. Outside, George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Good luck containing Paul George on the drive. He's one of the more fluid wings in the league.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Portland leading by 10. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Feeds it to Cantor. McCollum outside. Pass to Lillard. Fires for 3. Oh, and he almost... And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. They're double-checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. The focus of his speech was hustle. He told his players, those guys are going to come at us. We have to match their intensity, and we have to play with a great deal of energy. We're all in here, fellas. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Trailblazers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Lillard.
High-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
Los Angeles with another miss.
Clippers foul call. That's his second personal.
First free throw is good.
At the line for the Trailblazers.
Full free throw is good from Lillard. And here's George. Can they get it? The long distance three is buried.
Showing off his range. Wow, Paul George can hurt you from anywhere on the floor.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
The free throw is good from Lillard. And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 16. 1 second left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play. Yes, smart choice. I really like that play.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin.